Soto. And Steve used to work for me as an agent in the 90s, in the 2000s.
Exactly.
A long time ago. And he works, I work with him now with his earthquake business, but he just told me he wrote a book called Thoughts of Life. I'm always looking for good reading material. And this can be obtained on Amazon.
It can, yes.
Correct?
It can.
And here's Steve. Steve, what in the world made you write a book, Thoughts of Life, Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow? Poems, arguable essays, and quotations from Steve Soto.
Jim, I have been writing for over 50 years. 50 years ago, I started writing poems, and at that time, a lot of my friends used to tease me, walking back at me, singing, "Roses are red, violets are blue." But after that, down the road, they would ask me to write a poem for their girlfriend to see if they could get a date with her. So, but down the road, I've always been a reader, Jim. I used to read constantly, and the books I used to that influenced me the most was by Khalil Gibran, the Lebanese philosopher. He wrote The Prophet, and I read that over and over again. I love that philosophy. I like his selfless attitude towards life, and I follow that. And I think that's my philosophy, that I think more people should be selfless and put the ego aside and try to live a selfless life and try to live your life for the benefit of others, not for you.
Is this a compilation of your poems?
Yes, it is. It's a compilation of things I've written over the last 50 years, things I've written 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So it's a combination of poems that I've written. Some of the poems, I have a section of poems that I wrote 50 years ago, and that is in my yesterday area. And today I have poems that I've written in the last couple of years. So it's good to see the metamorphosis there. But I still like to write poems on love, girlfriend, boyfriend, and
Steve, are you available to my friends to write love poems for their girlfriends or wives or significant others or for hire?
I will do that.
Unbelievable! What a country! So I've got here: cruel, amos, cherish the day, fatal attraction, gift, I don't know, openness, oneness, someone I knew, unrequited, timing, too young, unrequited love. 2 unrequited loves here.
There's many times in a person's life, probably mine, and I'm sure a lot of other guys, that you've had feelings for somebody, but those feelings weren't returned, or maybe you've never expressed that feeling to her, and you go through your life wondering how it could have been because that subject was never brought to task. And I've been there myself. So
if there's anyone out there who I've expressed love to and has not returned it, please contact me or Steve. Huh?
Yeah, and I'll write a poem for you to give to Jim.
Unbelievable. No, this is so that's yesterday. Then today is How Do You Bug Me, Let Me Count the Ways, Inevitable, Simple Words, Steve's Song, Little League. So you've divided into yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
That's correct. Yesterday and today are poems, and tomorrow are essays that I've written. I've written about 14 or 15 essays, and I call them arguable essays because a lot of people will not like the conclusions I've come to, but that's they're controversial, I'm sure, and hence the name Arguable Essays.
I made the mistake of telling Steve that I've got about 5,000 friends on Facebook, and we buy more books than Oprah's book club.
Wow.
That's the kind of draw that we have. So go to Amazon. Is there any place else? That's the only place you need to get that.
You can get it on Amazon, or you can go to the publisher, Ex Libris, www.exlibris.com.
Will you sign this for me?
I certainly will.
Unbelievable. And now, if they call you, will you sign it and mail it to them? Or?
I will sign whatever anybody wants me to. I consider it an honor that somebody asked me to sign their books that I've written.
What is the philosophy of that Lebanese guy in one sentence? What is he?
It's selflessness.
Selflessness.
Selflessness and love, and he promoted that, and that is the way I live my life. That's my philosophy on life. Try to be selfless and help as many people as you possibly can. Let people live their life the way they want to live it, as long as it doesn't offend anybody or as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. Live your life the way you want to live it.
I've known Steve for 20 years, and I would probably sum up him as selfless and full of love.
Thanks
for coming.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it.
Buy this book. Thank you.